What's up? Morning. Very interesting. What's up, B? I'm waiting to see if the notification was going out and what was transpiring here. Starting to see the same old BS rear its ugly head that happened yesterday. Seem to be happening again today. So don't forget to hit the like button. As once again, we're going through the same ordeal. Now, the Ghetto Boys, from the brainchild of the great Mr. J. Prince, from the album We Can't Be Stopped, Brad Jordan, Willie D, and Bushwick Bill, the Ghetto Boy. Now me, I don't watch the Grammys. I haven't watched the Grammys in years. Okay, good people? And when I say I haven't watched the Grammys, I mean I have not watched the Grammys. It has turned to trash. And it has been trash for a long time. Now, on that same album that got My Mind's Playing Tricks on Me, there's a song on there called Trophy. That's just Willie D. No other Ghetto Boy. And he's talking about the Grammys and all these other award shows that don't give rap its just due. I sold a lot of records and a lot of people know me. Now where's my goddamn trophy? And you know it's a setup. Every rapper, everybody keep winning in the same damn category. I sold a lot of records and a lot of people know me. Now where's my goddamn trophy? They need Willie D on that stage, making your stuck-up crowd throw their fists. Like this. Hit the like button, good people. Hey, Jeanette. Appreciate you. Thanks for the super chat. For all those who didn't want to, my cash app is Carceno still. Carceno. Now, Ghetto Boys, Ghetto Boys, Ghetto Boys. Ghetto Boys, Ghetto Boys, good Ghetto Boys. Now, the thing about the Ghetto Boys is when they did the podcast, it was Scarface's idea. Willie D already had Willie D live, right? Now, I remember Willie D live because Willie D is more known now for YouTube than basically his rap career. He's more famous now being a political standpoint who could stand out and use his his celebrity in the right way, because he's been bigger on the internet than he ever was as a rapper. Mind Playing Tricks is really the biggest thing he had as a solo career. It really didn't hit with Willie D like it did for Scarface. So a lot of people said Willie D has some jealousy with Scarface about that. And he might, because he always probably felt he was the better rapper. Probably felt that way. But I don't think so. What I really think is Willie has some things about Willie. And Willie is selfish in a way. And it's got to be about Willie. Willie got to be put in a position where don't nobody forget I go first. Don't forget about me. And once you show Willie D you putting somebody else above him, he gonna dislike that person that you putting above him. He ain't gonna see it as, well, maybe that person had a reason to be there. Or maybe that person, it is what it is. Nope, with Willie is different. Scarface don't care. Brad is a cool vibe individual. Willie is stuck in his ways. So he was always that way. When the Ghetto Boys first came to be, was because they knew Willie D couldn't sell records on his own. Willie D came there for an individual contract. Scarface came there for an individual contract. Bushwick Bill was thrown in the group, but they were thinking about doing their own thing solo from the jump. Jay Prince put them together to make the Ghetto Boys. It was never their idea to do that. The Ghetto Boys was already existing. He replaced the other members, and Willie D and Scarface took over the reins with Bushwick Bill, and they still have the mic guy in there with them. But that formed the new Ghetto Boys. And when they formed the new Ghetto Boys, this was it. When that new Ghetto Boys was formed, this was the new narrative. Then Mind Playing Tricks put them way over the map. And Scarface and Willie bumped heads a lot, because Willie left the group. At the height of their success, Willie D left to go do his solo thing. Lost a member back in December. That was Willie D. At the height of their success. He wasn't on the next Ghetto Boys album. That's how Big Mike came in the picture. And man, they didn't miss a beat. They did not miss a beat that next Ghetto Boys album. Straight gangsterism. So they didn't miss a beat when Willie was gone. Big Mike did his thing. No nuts, no glory. Big Mike did his thing on that third album. He did so well, Scarface didn't even have a verse on Straight Gangsterism. On the video he did. That's how hot that was. Meanwhile, Willie D did his own album, You Can Play With Your Mama. Then he was the cleanup man. Willie D is the cleanup man. No wham bam, thank you ma'am, and hit the tub. I don't have sex, baby, I make love. I'm the cleanup man. So Willie D was the cleanup man. Knowing I'm getting the job done because I'm wearing my hard hat. Yeah, he had Ice Cube on there. You can play with your mama. No, that was before that. When he was still with Ghetto Boys when he dropped his solo album. And then Scarface dropped his solo album. The one that had bald head. Oh, that was his first solo album he dropped out there with Willie D of the Ghetto Boys. Willie D became a professional boxer and was knocking some people out. Willie always went by the beat of his own drum. Him and Bushwick Bill clashed all the time because Willie is stubborn and stuck in his ways. But one thing Willie would done is said, we in this thing together. And yeah, he was hurt with what happened. He was very disappointed in how Scarface chose to move. But see, Scarface has been a solo artist for so long, dog. So when they said, we want to put the Ghetto Boys up there and do Mind Play Trick, he just got the call that the day of. And they flew him out. Because somebody probably did an oversight and said, man, y'all got to have some South in there. Y'all got to put the Ghetto Boys on there. Scarface probably got the call just saying, we got to get Scarface on here. Scarface has more of a catalog than Willie D. Because what Scarface was willing to do, Willie D wasn't. Scarface was okay with working with somebody and they helping with the creative process. Willie D ain't going along with that. Willie D ain't finna go along with saying you finna collaborate with this guy over here. You finna work with some of these East Coast guys and you finna come do this and that. Willie ain't gonna do that. Willie D ain't doing that. You'll never see Jay-Z and Willie D working together on something or saying, I'm going to work with Wu-Tang. I'm going to work with Scott. That ain't going to happen with Willie D. Now, anybody know Willie D know I'm telling the truth. That would never have worked with Willie D. Does Willie D face right there tell you he's got the face of a man that's willing to work in a team format? Does that guy look like somebody who's a team? And no, it's the team that we got and that's it. He ain't finna work with no outside people. He is not about synergy and cross-branding. That man is not about that at all. He's the guy that's gonna blow the whole deal up. He the lead singer in the group that ain't going for it. Y'all go for that. I already see the pitfalls. I ain't going for that. I don't need nobody to help me write a damn thing. Willie D will never go for that. I like Willie D songs. I bought every Willie D album there was when they was coming out. I think I had every tape Willie D ever made. So I like Willie D as a rapper. I ain't a motherfucking gentleman or a nice guy or a good fella. I straight up tell her. Oh my God. I ain't giving you my coat so I could freeze. I'm from the ghetto, ho. I'm not a mother gentleman. Give up my seat for a woman. My feet hurt too. You ain't no better than me. Stand your ass up. Waste your effing time. I don't really care if you're 99. Drop something if you want to, freak. Because I won't reach to pick it up like a geek. Oh no, I'll pass and I'm going to let you bend over so I can see that. When I go see her, I don't knock at the door. I blow. Man, look. Willie D is an example of a product when he came back for the Ghetto Boys Resurrection album. That's because his solo projects wasn't popping. And he was basically going to use the resurrection to pop himself back up again. But at that point, Scarface was way bigger than Ghetto Boy. Scarface is established. You know, he's a mainstream artist. He ain't just, one of the guys down south. Scarface is that man. You know, they gave him he did something nobody could in the world could do. Now think about it. Jay-Z had the Blueprint 5 mic album. Nas dropped Stillmatic 5 mics. Scarface album, who had like 4 mics and a half in the source, beat both those albums to win Album of the Year. Scarface The Fix won Album of the Year. So Scarface was able to bring the South and go and get accepted in New York. That was almost impossible to do. He pulled it off. Now, when he pulled that off and they gave him that respect, Willie D was always sour. That his career, but it was Willie's attitude towards things that rubbed people the wrong way. He felt, I don't need to do that. And when you have that attitude of you just too proud, you end up in situations where I'm going to do my own thing. And he found his own lane. And this is a good thing for Willie. But the fact that he's mad at Scarface, and both guys are right in this situation. Both guys are right. Willie D is right. Scarface should have gave him a call. But I know in Scarface, my Scarface is like, I don't run this show. I have been a solo artist longer than I've been a Ghetto Boy. I've had a bigger career as a solo artist than I have as the Ghetto Boys. You can't say that, Willie. Your biggest success comes from the Ghetto Boys. You're most successful now with this, what you doing now with the Willie D live and your YouTube channel than you was as an artist. Scarface has been way more successful in the industry. So if they say, man, Face, we want you to be on stage, him going up there without you is normal to him. But once he found out they want him to do My Mind Playing Tricks on Me, he should have let Willie know. I felt he should have just said, hey, man, this was going on. They got me on here repping the Ghetto Boys finna do Mind Playing Tricks. But I don't think he should have, like, it was like, oh, man, you should have called me. Like, this was a planned event. They called him last minute and just got him on the stage. Scarface don't even know who the producer was. Like, Willie, they called me that day. And I only got like 8 bars to say my part on a song. Hell, he wrote 3 verses of the song. You just wrote your verse. Willie, you wasn't gonna perform. They wasn't finna have you drop any bars. You don't have that relationship, Willie, with those people. He wanted to be up there because it was like the 50 years of hip hop. And he didn't give a damn about the Grammys. But to say, man, Scarface is just wrong for what he did, it wasn't like that. It was a last minute thing. Willie ain't trying to hear what Scarface is telling him. Brad is telling you, that's just selfish. I would have did that for the brand. You should have did that for the brand. See, you just selfish. And he was like, you're a selfish dude too, Willie. What is you talking about? You ain't selfish? It was selfish when you left the group. When they was the hardest thing in the world, you broke out and said, okay, it's time to do my solo thing now. Once the Ghetto Boys with Mind Playing Tricks came out, the next biggest Ghetto Boy album is going to be to have all these eyes and attention. You lead the group. And just left everybody hanging. Because you was always thinking about you in your solo career. You never wanted to do this group thing. So when the group don't fit you, when something didn't fit you, you did your own thing. So everybody had to like okay, we got to make it work. Scarface's first solo album, You, is on the cover. Y'all on the cover of his album. He got you on the cover of his album. And I don't think you on one of the songs. But he got you on the cover of his album. Mr. Scarface is back. So you not on the cover of the album, but yet and still, I mean, you not on the album, but you on the cover of his album. When has he been on the cover of one of yours? That wasn't Ghetto Boys. Willie shouldn't feel no kind of way. He should be not mad at Brad. He should be mad at hip hop for not calling for him. They didn't call for you because they look at you as standoffish. Hollywood and that industry, it's about relationships. You already know that. So why would you expect to get a call? And if what he wanted to do and what he wanted to have happen was for Scarface to turn it down if Willie wasn't on stage, and Willie wasn't gonna go no damn way. See, that's what I think in the first place anyway. Willie wasn't gonna go. Willie just wanted to see Scarface do all that and turn it all down. Like, yeah, Willie ain't there. He ain't going. He ain't gonna go unless Willie there. And I wasn't going anyway. F your show. I love to be there. I go to a luncheon just to be there with my brothers for 50 years and get over there and perform somewhere with them. But F the Grammy. Willie's in that lane. So he'd rather see him blow his opportunity and blow that moment instead of saying, man, that's some good shine for the Ghetto Boys. Because that actually do help the brand. That you're on the stage with all these other young artists, that the Ghetto Boys name still get remembered because one of the members is up there representing it and holding it down. Because he has a relationship in that business, in the field. But he's more known as Scarface than the Ghetto Boys. But they let him do Mind Playing Tricks because that song was iconic and it transcended throughout the years. But there's no illusion of who was the biggest rapper, Scarface or Willie D. We all know it's Scarface. But do you think Willie D would have did a song with Jay-Z, Beanie Siegel, any of those guys? No. Willie don't have the temperament. He was always controversial. That has always been Willie's problem, was Willie. Willie stood in the way of his own success countless times. People wanted to do interviews. People was like, oh, we're going to do this promo thing here. And man, they did shows in New York. Willie, man, F y'all. Need y'all city. Man, it was all kind of craziness was going on at that time, man. It was nuts. The Ghetto Boys got a lot of love here in Chicago. A lot of love here. But there always was problems with Willie. Willie always didn't like something. Something wasn't right. Everywhere he go, it was the same thing. So they both had a point. I do think he could have let Willie know. But like he said, this the day of. Once he said that, Willie know how this industry is. He's like, Willie, I got called the day of. I came out, I did like what, 8 bars of the song? And that was it. It's not a big deal, Willie. It's over. Like why are we even, I won't talk about it. Because that was selfish. And I felt like I sacrificed for the brand. I came and did this Ghetto Boy thing. I had Willie D live. And I said, okay, let's go ahead and do this Ghetto Boys thing. This Ghetto Boys radio thing together. Because I already had my big audience over here. And you came up with the idea, let's do Ghetto Boys podcast. And I brought my audience over here. Well, you said let's do Ghetto Boys Reloaded and do the podcast because it made sense. Because the Ghetto Boys name is bigger because of that song. So you see an opportunity to Ghetto Boys, yeah, that we can make that work. Then I got Brad from me, Scarface on the other side of me. Yeah, let's make that work. Big Mike hates me. Big Mike hate me. And I'm just like, man, dog, I told it like I know it. That's all I ever did. I didn't give Big Mike credit. But he gets so mad. He saw my video about him and Jay Prince. Boy, he was mad as could be. He was like, man, Big Mike, he can't stand you, see, no. I'm like, I'm sorry. That's what I know. Yeah, he mad over there. He mad about that video, boy. And I don't know what he mad at me for. That's why I'm like, what part of a video is he mad at me about? I only tell it like I know it. Because as far as I'm concerned, ain't nothing he said that I didn't say. That's the crazy thing about it. I'm like, what is he mad about? What did he say that I didn't say? It's crazy. Oh, he commented in the comment section. Man, that's been so many years. I don't even remember, but I remember him being mad and people was reaching out to me like, yo, Big Mike mad at you, dog. I was like, man, what's going on? What Big Mike mad at me about? Like, what is he don't like about the video? Because, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I had gave him credit and everything. Now, here's the situation with Willie D. Willie D know, just like I know, that the podcast show don't work without Scarface. Scarface brings a appeal to it. He know he got the industry. You can get more names to appear on the show. You know, you got Scarface and you on there. Better than it being Willie D. Willie D has always been a controversial character, but he always had heart. But yes, Willie is selfish. Scarface, to me, don't really have a selfish bone in his body. It don't matter to Brad as much. That man has swallowed a lot of pride and did a lot of things for Willie. When he was at the height of his game. They didn't do that for views, dog. Trust me. Willie D was hot. So that wasn't about no views. That's Willie, period. Willie always was going to be like that anyway. Willie want controversy. That's why he good at what he doing on YouTube. He's always been that guy. He's always been controversial. Remember I told you, he had the song trophy. I sold a lot of records and a lot of people know me. Now where's my goddamn trophy? Well, he dissed the Grammys, the American Music Awards, all the award shows. Let's do the real categories. First, the realest mother of her on stage go to Public Enemy because they too black and too damn strong. And the lip sync awards goes to those punk mother Milli Vanilli. Man, I told you, I have Willie D album. I got Willie D everything. So I know the Ghetto Boys history. I know their whole history coming up. I'm not somebody that just knew them from YouTube. I'm somebody that done been to their shows, I've been to the amphitheater. I've seen Ghetto Boys. Willie D was the funny guy out the group. He was serious but funny. Homie don't play that. Yeah, what you think that's about? Ain't nothing worse when it come from a friend. Call your house when they know you ain't home. Trying to rap to your girl on the telephone. Snake in the grass, I see him coming. From a mile away, I start gunning. You got a good thing, hold tight, don't lose a brother. You might as well come out and say you want an octa. See what I'm saying? Now, ladies first. Who the made up that? 9 times out of 10, it was a. I did the truth behind that too. See, look, I told everybody that's what made that album iconic. Willie had these songs, and he put them all on the Ghetto Boys. But you see, they were Willie by himself. Like Bushwick Bill will have one song by himself. Scarface will have about one song by himself. And a lot of the songs was Willie by itself. There's a lot of individuality on it. Then Bushwick started doing his own albums. But they were writing for Bushwick, you know. But Scarface had range because he was coming from a mind of somebody who was with mental issues. So he was manic depressing. And he was probably one of the first people in the world I found out what a manic depressant was through Scarface. I'm labeled manic depressant. I was like, a manic depressant? What's that? That's what I found out with my first manic depression person. I found out was Scarface. But his thing was more dark. Like he can go really dark. And Willie D didn't really go that dark. He mostly stayed grounded. And mixed, when he talked about issue, it was more comedy into it than a lot of other stuff. Grip It on that other level, that was my ultimate album. That was them in their rawest form. And that's the one that had Gangsta Love on it and all the other. Yeah, that was it. Read These Nikes. That had me cracking up when he made Read These Nikes. I'm going to make you read these Nikes. Because Nikes used to have the logo on the bottom of the shoe. So he was like stomping you out. That just meant you was going to get stomped out. And you're going to be able to read these Nikes. That's all you're going to see stomping on your head. Make you read these Nikes. Oh, yeah, Willie D was all about stomping somebody out. So that's what I tell you. Man, it was classic material. Classic.
Because if you look at this.
Right. But Willie is saying he wouldn't have did that. But we know Willie would have had a problem with anything anyway. Hollywood ain't got time for problems. When they don't need, when they ain't finna hold up no show for no Willie D. They called Scarface on the day of. And he was like, your thought was like, man, let me call Willie. He was like, Willie, no. That wasn't on my mind. And he was being honest. Scarface don't have a dishonest bone like in him about this because he really don't care. It's not a big deal with him. He don't know why Willie making it such a big damn deal. It wasn't like this was a planned event that was set up for weeks going down the line with his involvement. I can see Willie D having some reservations, not knowing the facts. Once he tells you the facts of what happened, that should alleviate a lot of your questions that you had. All your reservations should be relieved after he gave you his answers. So now you know how the format went and how it went down. You shouldn't be all up in arms and you shouldn't be more upset. Hollywood is not going to call you for a reunion. The industry is not finna call Willie D. What they gonna call him for? All these people know about Willie's reputation. Why would they want to go through dealing with that? He could be a changed man and be like, hey, man, I want to just be on stage with my brother. I don't care about that Grammys. I don't care about that award show. I just want to be on stage with my brothers. 50-year reunion. Do you think any of them are talking like that? They know you don't like them. So why would they bring you on their platform? So Willie's like, you should have called me. So you gonna say what, Willie? Oh, you gonna do the show anyway? They ain't gonna have me on the stage. How they gonna be Ghetto Boys? And you gonna go and do the Ghetto Boys without me? I'm hating on who? That's what I'm, see, people don't even know what to say. They just start saying stuff. Sound like you hate. Hate on who? See, when you say these are my thoughts on what I think, and I'm saying I think because I've grown up with these guys. Willie D don't like anything. Let me tell you that. I'm trying to tell y'all about Willie D. That's Willie D's nature. Willie D is always about Willie D. But he's always been confrontational, like just a problem. Where they'll be like, okay, everybody do this is the spot, all right, everybody's happy. Willie be, well, I got some questions. They'll be what? Why we gotta have that white guy right over there? Why he gotta be the one holding the microphone? Why can't that black guy over there do that you got bringing in all the cases? Be like, Willie, that's their company. We don't know their roles and title. What job requirement, what degree in school he had to get so he can hold the mic? Well, why he got to be doing that? Willie D will find a way to be controversial. Wasn't that the title of his very first album? Controversial. Willie D. Willie D has always been that guy. He questions everything. So, of course, he was going to have a problem with Scarface doing something. But as I told you, Scarface is already used to performing without Willie D and being Scarface. And he performed with countless artists around the globe, from Too Short to all of them, New York artists, everything. Nobody really dealt with Willie. Willie had a selected few people that dealt with him, and that was it. That's why he couldn't get a lot of features. He wasn't gonna work with people. He wasn't gonna listen to outside ideas and try some new things. You can't get that with Willie. That's not gonna work. Jay Prince probably told him, yeah, man, we've been on a long mission. Now, Willie, I know you like to do things your way, and that's okay. I give you leeway, go on do your thing, because you've been down with this Ghetto Boys thing since we started and we brought you on. But you might need to change a couple of things and bring in some new sounds, some new things, so you can, go with the times. Times is changing. They ain't making cars like they used to. Like cars used to be made out of steel, Willie. Now they plastic, almost like toys. See, the times didn't change. So you might have to change with the time. Man, I ain't changing nothing I'm doing. Lil J, man, I'm telling you, man, this Willie D. I'm turning in my album, and that's it. Now, I don't want to be on there with no crackerjack rapper. I don't need no rapper to tell me I don't care. I ain't dancing. I ain't wearing no sparkly suit. I ain't wearing none of that, Jay. They can kiss my ass. I'm trying to tell you, you try dealing with Willie and doing something like that with Willie D. Now he's older, he might not even be that same Willie no more. But as you can see now, he's still confrontational, still been selfish. When he did things, it wasn't for the betterment of Ghetto Boys. It was for the betterment of Willie. He left the group at the height of their success because he wanted to use that to jump off his solo career again. Like, it's time for another Willie D album. We hot. Scarface wasn't even gonna make his album. Willie left the group. So Scarface did his solo project and blew up the world. Mr. Scarface, the world is yours, face to face. Ooh, wait. That album, to the moon. To the moon. Let me run. We want your mind of blood. We got some things to do. Just let us play with you. He was established. He was a solo artist. Yeah, Willie D always wanted to go solo and do his thing. So they had worked it out that this was going to be his last Ghetto Boy album. But after the success of that Ghetto Boys album, Willie still wanted out. Willie still didn't want to come out and do Ghetto Boys no more. It was like, dude, this is the biggest album y'all ever had. You don't leave the group at the height of this success. But like you said, Willie was selfish. So Scarface found his lane. And when they came back with that To Death Do Us Apart with Big Mike, they didn't miss a beat. They didn't miss a beat. Willie D crashed and burned. His solo album didn't do nothing. Scarface solo album went to the moon. His crashed and burned. I don't know. You can go to Jenny Facebook and check out everything she been doing, but she don't do YouTube no more for some reason. I don't know. Face in the Grammys was wrong. Mac, no. Yes and no. I'm not gonna trip if I know the situation. Like if I'm part of the Ghetto Boys and they want you to come perform a song for the Ghetto Boys, and I ain't there, and you go out there and do it, and this thing has been set up, I'm gonna feel a certain way. Like, man, damn, why you go do the Ghetto Boys song? Why you ain't do a Scarface song? Well, it's just they wanted Scarface. But when he told what happened in the process, Willie ain't letting that go through his brain. He's not processing to what he's saying. You see, here's the thing. Willie is there to tell Scarface how he feel. He don't care what Scarface say back. That's Willie's problem. He's always had that stubborn. Stubborn people suffer from that. And what that does, and I have to let y'all know, when people do that, that's stubborn, what they're being is dismissive to you. They're not listening to you. They're just waiting for their turn to speak. That's what stubborn people do. They don't hear you. So even though you talking, they don't hear you. They just waiting for you to stop talking so they can start talking. They're waiting for their turn to speak. That's it. And that's all Willie was doing. And that's all Willie do. He don't listen. Willie's not listening to what Scarface is telling him. He said the producers that put that together, they called me the day of. So it wasn't like somebody there must have told him, man, we got to get Scarface on here. You know, remember Mind Played Tricks? We doing the 50th anniversary. As you can see, this thing was jam-packed. It's a lot of artists they wanted to put together for a tribute and just say, man, we got to have a piece of something for everybody. They ain't got a lot of time to do this on the show. So the fact that they thought of them, somebody thought of them to bring somebody out to say something and mention the Ghetto Boys so they would be included in that is huge. Willie ain't even seeing that. Willie not even seeing that idea whatsoever. Once somebody told me how it went down and he told me everything, I could see you having reservations before you know what went down. After he tells you how it went down, that should alleviate all of that. Because now you can say, okay, I understand. I know how it went down now. Then that's how you ended up doing the 8 bars and you just like, look, we might as well get something in here for the Ghetto Boys so we could be represented. Because it wasn't like they finna say, okay, you ain't doing it without Willie. All right, let us call Willie. They ain't giving, they would have just scratched the whole damn thing. Be like, all right, well, we'll just do it without you. Without Ghetto Boys. And then ain't no mention of Ghetto Boys in the 50-year reunion. So, you know, it's whack. You know what I'm saying? So it's a bigger moment that Scarface went out there and actually did the song. And did the 8 bars, whatever. So I understood that. But I also said that, man, he should have just called him and let him know what was what. But if they just flew him out that day to do it, and he probably was like, all right, well, let me go ahead and do these bars and just get off, you know, and like it's just a quick decision. Quick. Everything was done that day. He was like, man, dog, they got me that Wednesday. Like, dog, you understand, I got the call that Wednesday. like this is what you got to do. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks for the super chat. Yes, my cash app is Carcino, and please hit the like button. But that's how Scarface was looking at it. Face was looking at it like that. And this is somebody who's a fan of Willie D's music and a fan of Scarface music. See, Willie D's music was different. It was more jokey, but I'm telling you, Scarface was telling like movies. It was. His movie was just like you could picture the whole thing in your head as he's telling it. Click, click, bang, bang, lay it down, you're dead. The niggas was never able to take two to the head. It's hard to explain how it is when it's on. But rule number 2 is get gone. And let me make a niggas hate you. Straight soft acres, motherfuckers came to break you. Niggas, I thought you knew I chopped that ass up like a butcher. And on the have you seen me files is where I put you. I used to pass the pistol, but Uzi's doing better though. Hey, fuck it, if I fall, then I fall with my head high. Living for my family once I see my partner Joe die. Let these dudes know that we be playing this shit for real. Cause living in the 90s, you either kill or either get killed. Or say there ain't no love, and I can see it. Cause if it's gonna be war, then bring it on because I'm heated. Right, he put out his what was that? His cousin or sister? Yeah, they group Face Mob, living on the other side of the law. I heard that. Scarface and the homies. Face did a lot, dog. He did a lot. He should have called him regardless. Like, you gotta understand, dog. Why do you feel he should have called him regardless? Like, man, that's the first thing he should have did was call Willie. I think he should have called Willie based on it, but looking at the situation, how it went down, I see why he probably didn't call Willie. It didn't even cross his mind to call no Willie in that situation. He don't know if he's a solo artist, dog. He's been a solo artist longer than he's been with Ghetto Boys. He's used to getting calls and nobody mentioning Willie. Do you understand? I know a lot of y'all don't come up. Y'all saying this because y'all don't really get it. Y'all didn't grow up with the Ghetto Boys. So you don't really know the history. Scarface is a much bigger artist. Solo. So if he gets a call, like he says, I don't know if they didn't call you already, Willie. It ain't like him and it's not like every day he on the phone with Willie. They join it at the hip. Ain't no group. What you mean? When they doing a show together? They ain't performed in probably 5 years. He's used to getting these calls without Willie being involved for years, like decades. They have not performed together. The last album they recorded together was in like 96. They are cool and they have a relationship where they work together on the podcast now. But I'm saying just as like, man, I would have reached out. I would have said something to him like, man, I'm about to do this. Oh yeah, the foundation. My fault. Yeah, he came back 2003, 4. I almost forgot about I forgot about the foundation. So he's used to getting those calls. No, the foundation. I forgot they came out with the foundation. Right. It didn't cross his mind. He probably didn't cross his mind. He probably thinking I'm finna perform, do my little 8 bars, and that's that. He just ain't thinking it's finna be no big deal. It ain't nothing to him. He's like, cool, I'm gonna go out there and rep the Ghetto Boys, do these 8 bars, whatever fit in. He know everybody trying to fit in stuff. Like they trying to fit everybody to get some bars in, and some of the bigger name artists is gonna get they shine. Like Scarface is cool with that. He ain't got no jealousy in him. Like I'm jealous of this guy. Willie got a lot of bitterness, jealousy, whatever you want to call it. He's been jealous of Scarface's career his entire time. Because he don't understand how his albums sell better than his album. He feels his albums is better. Because that's how Face is. Face is on medication. He manic depressive. Face is defensive. Face told him what it is and he ain't listening. So Face is like, look, man, you know what? It's all me. It's all me. Not what? It's over. Willie, it's over. It's over. What you want to do about it? It's over. What do you want? Why are we still talking about this? It's over. It was like a show that you don't even like. You don't like the damn Grammys. It ain't about what the Grammys. It's about me. It's the 50th anniversary of hip hop, and I should have been on. You wasn't gonna be on the stage, Willie. They wasn't calling you. Willie was not getting the call. And if nobody didn't know it, Willie should have known. Willie don't have those kind of relationships in the industry. He's known as confrontational, a problem to work with. They don't want that in Hollywood. They don't want that in the industry. So why would they waste their time dealing with Willie and his nonsense and what Willie wants? He only finna do 8 bars. You couldn't call Willie like that and get him to come out and to do 8 bars. Did you see how seamless it was? Everything went real seamless. It went extremely seamless. when they got Scarface out there. And you trying to do something as a producer of the show. You trying to put this show together quickly and get all these artists to come out and perform. You got to know who you can rely on to be there with no hesitation, who won't mess your programming up. You ain't got a lot of time to get it off. What do you mean? They called Face the day of. They called him on Wednesday when they was recording. You guys saw the Grammys. The Grammys is pre-recorded, people. The Grammys isn't live. Y'all talking about poor Willie D. Willie D was never going anyway. Trust me, Willie wasn't gonna go. There would have been some bullshit with Willie from the jump. Willie was not going to the Grammys. The Grammys wasn't calling Willie D. I would have loved to see Willie on that stage. But because of the way they got Chuck D and Flav out there, you think they would have had Willie out there that quick? Right. Well, didn't Wu-Tang, was Wu-Tang out there? Did they have all the members of Wu-Tang out there? It's the 50th anniversary of hip hop. Did they have all the members of Wu-Tang there? Who all represented Wu-Tang? Method Man, right? I didn't see the RZA on that stage. But Willie is upset. I didn't see Ghostface. He said, I bet they all knew. I bet you Inspector Deck didn't get a call. You think you guys got a call? You think somebody called Capadonna? Bruh, this is an award show where they trying to squeeze in all these artists from the past to the now. They just wanted to see them honored and repped. So as long as somebody from your crew was there to rep it, you only was going to be able to get off a couple bars, and then you got to get off the stage and it's somebody else's turn. Because they trying to squeeze in as much as possible. They're not looking at the fact that, hey, y'all being honored, period. As long as the logo is up, you getting repped. See, people think small-minded. That's why they end up in situations that they are. Because they so closed off and short-sighted, they don't see the bigger picture. I know he talking about, man, I should have got a call. I bet you a lot of people from Wu-Tang didn't get a call. And believe me, a lot of Wu-Tang fights have been over something like, why ain't I get a call? Why they call him and didn't call me? Because Method Man is used to performing as Method Man more than he is with the Wu-Tang Clan. He did more songs with Redman, probably more than he did with them. No, Raekwon was the Willie D of the Wu-Tang. He was the controversial one. He was the one always starting the arguments, the fight. It was Ray. After Meth album came out, and Meth album blew, he became a problem. He's like, that's Patreon talk. Pretty much. Is the new season out? I guess I gotta break down and get Hulu now. The girl didn't kick me off her account. I guess, because she used to have it on the TV. Now it's gone. So I'm like, damn, she finally kicked me off. Now I'm gonna have to crack down and get Hulu. They should have a bundle package. I think because I got ESPN Plus, so probably bundle package that. Did I like all their albums? The Foundation, I really didn't like that much. That's why I kind of forgotten about it. But besides that, yeah, I like every single one of them. Another slept on classic they had was The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. All those Republicans that helped me to win, I sincerely like to thank you. Because now I got the world in the palms of my hand. Damn, it feels good to be a gangster. Mm, 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 mm. I know. That's how the industry is. Yeah. It's messed up. I had this losing eye to see things clearly. Raekwon is way more lyrical than Meth. Eh, eh. He has more knowledge of self than Meth. Meth didn't possess knowledge of self. Meth wasn't like that. The Method Man. It was many different methods. He was like a jingle rapper. He's the reason metaphors came into the forefront like it did. Because he had so many metaphors in his rhymes. Like all catchy commercial jingles, everything. Hey, you, get off my cloud. You don't know me, you don't know my style. Method Man, patty cake, hey, it's Method Man. Don't be skippy, dip for peanut pan. Peanut butter, cause I'm not butter. Matter of fact, I smack back like a rubber band. I be Sam, I am, but I don't eat green eggs and ham. All jingles. Ooh, ah, she got. Hey, like Fat Albert. It's the Method Man. Ain't no ifs, ands about it. Ever since Method Man dropped, everybody became a metaphorical freak. Now you ain't got no metaphors. Where your metaphors at? Trust me, everybody had to be, yo, I'm like this, yo, I'm like a car, yo, I'm like this, yo, I'm like. Method Man changed that when Wu-Tang came out. No, Dawes Effects was just, they were the first ones, yeah, to come out with they want effects, and that didn't last. Because they had that iggity flow. The stickity, I'm gonna ha ha ha. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, they were using that with the iggity. The iggity flow was out. It didn't last that long. After 93, the iggity was gone. All that iggity bounce flow was through, and I was happy to see it go. The taking, the shaking, the breaking, the making, the making, the mistake, the making, the moving, the shooting, the moving, the moving, the moving, the moving, the moving, the grooving, the moving, the moving, the moving, the mic. I'll be like, oh, please stop. I'm taking the shaking, the breaking it. Yep, the iggity. That was the rap style called the iggity. That's why there's a rap song called Ban the Iggity, baby. Ban the Iggity by Illegal. Ban the Iggity. I'm taking the shaking and breaking it. Check it A, check it A, check it Y, Z, the original rap. I check it the champ. I'm checking the flow. I check it the jam. Now, how did the way to say that? I'm iggity raw, man. I'm riggedy raw. I'm like, oh, please stop. And you know they went in my style. Yo, I'm still worthy. Yo, we all got a balls on, but you very deep. The iggity style. Ban the iggity. Well, let me get up here in this office and get to work. Talk to y'all later. One.